Yes, guys, welcome back to another show, another stream, and we've got it tonight. It's a calling show, so you guys know the drill. If you want to get on, YouTube member, loads of members already in the chat. If anyone wants to come on, obviously hit the go to the community tab, and the link is in the community tab for members. If no one joins, then I'll just talk about Arsenal versus Manchester City. We'll go through the tactical pad, etc., man. But yeah, listen, it'd be great to get some of you guys on. So if you want to get on, all you have to do is become a YouTube member. Links in the description. Massively help support me. And of course, then come on and give you a say. Just make sure you're over 18. If you're not over 18, you can't come on. But yeah, listen, I'm buzzing for the game tomorrow. I actually really sort of. In fact, before I get into all that, let's give some shout outs in the chat. Let's see who's in the building early. We've got Idrinil, Adam Quinn, Speedy Aim1, Jessica MCFC, Alvida Zane, Daps is in their building, Gracie B, Chroma Abyss, Abdi Salad, Tyrese LB1998, Martine, Football CFC Candy, Chroma Abyss, Rashi 10, yes, bro. Scott McTominay, yeah. Nam, who else is in here? Martine, Samal, Jaden's there as well. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. But yeah, listen, let me tell you something, yeah. I've been quite curious about tomorrow's game because I don't know what to expect, man. I don't know what to expect. Obviously, we got no Rodri, got no Kev, got no John Stones. And I'm just thinking, how is this game going to go? I think it's going to be a cagey match. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be a cagey game. I don't think there's going to be a lot of goals. But then again, maybe both teams will just be like, fuck it, open up and then just go end to end. I don't think that's going to happen, man, to be honest with you. But we'll have to see in it. Yo, listen, Luke coming on the show again. Yes, Luke. By the way, bro, I see it's funny, right? I was scrolling through TikTok reels the other day, and some gym guy was doing something. And then it was like waiting to film himself. And I went in the comments, and you was at the top of the comments and Joey Swole. And I was like, you little grass, man. You little grass.
Little you got to do it.
Here, people. Little snitch.
I'm getting people content. What are you talking about? Come on now.
he was actually on it. He was on it as well.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, by the way, LB, now I'm speaking to you. I was not following you, just so you know.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. What are you saying anyway? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Are you?
Yeah. I was just saying, man, like tomorrow, I don't really know what to expect. Like, I've gone for a 1-0 shithouse prediction because I just think it's going to be a tight game tomorrow. Not really too sure what to expect. I don't think either team wants to lose. Obviously, I know it's an obvious statement, but I just feel like both teams will be relatively happy with the point. But I just think if we get a chance, it falls to Haaland. You know what I mean? Maybe he'll put it in the back of the net. But honestly, I don't know. I'm excited but worried. Don't really know what's going to happen. It's a bit of a weird feeling.
It's either going to be like a really cagey, like 1-0, 0-0, 1-1 kind of game, or it's just going to be end to end, kind of bang, 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 goal after goal after goal. So we don't know. I think it'll be the first. I think it'll be like a nice, easy 1-0 win, hoping for a little bit more, but it's got to be realistic at this point of the season, you know.
Where are you at with the John Stones thing? Because we've had a bit of a debate on the John Stones. Would you risk him? I know Pep said he's not going to play tomorrow.
Not a chance.
Like, you wouldn't risk him either?
Not a chance in the world, mate. No, it's way too early. And then, look, we pick up towards the end of the season, don't we? So right now, if we don't get the result that we want, it's not the end of the world. Yeah. And if we risk John Stones and we do get the result that we want, but he gets injured, come on now. I know which one I prefer to do.
No, this is exactly what I said, and this is what I've been saying all week. You know, you can play John Stones win, you play John Stones and lose. So what's that? I just don't understand what the point is. That the risk of him getting re-injured is too high. I just pray to God that Southgate doesn't play him for England, man. Like he's got this obviously this injury that he's had. You know what John Stones is like, man. Don't be risking him. You know, don't be risking him. You know, just quickly. Big up to Samir, mate. Big up to Samir. Thank you very much for becoming a member, helping support me, bro. If you fancy coming on, Samir, feel free. Go to the community tab and get on with the boys. We've got Luke, we've got Daps in the building as well.
Yeah, right.
What are you saying? That nice little fresh trim there, bro.
Cheers, mate.
What are you saying?
Been drinking all day watching the football, innit?
Oh, yeah.
That's a life.
John Stones, he better not fucking start for England, bro.
Yeah, no. Well, I know you agree with that as well because you commented on my Twitter post the other day, and
we've seen it too many times with Vinny, didn't we, with Belgium?
Yeah.
Sometimes he'd come back and then they play him. Yeah.
I'm hoping Stones just says to Southgate, "Yeah, I'm not 100%. It's best I don't play this." You know, I hope Stones just actually says something himself. You know,
Yeah,
but
you know what as well, Luke? It's not like he's like down the pecking order. He's our best England centre back.
exactly, mate.
The
Yeah.
guy can just be like, do a Calvin Phillips, but for England, and be like, nah, I ain't playing, and then just turn up for the Euros. You know, like there's literally no real need for him to
Yeah.
play in that. But yeah, no, listen, I agree. I
Haven't
don't
we
think.
pretty much qualified?
Yeah, we qualify. I don't even fucking. To be honest with you, bro, like
No.
I'll keep it real with you. I don't even give a fuck, man. Like
Yeah.
I don't care.
Do you know the way I see it is I think we need like 1 or 2 points from probably 3 games or something like that, right? If we as a country can't beat these teams we're playing, because I think they're pretty average, while trying out other options, then fuck going to the Euros anyway, because we ain't going to win them.
Bro, we got
So-
Australia on Friday. Why are we playing
Australia, that's not even, so that's a friendly.
Yeah, why we got that? Why are we playing Australia in a friendly in the middle of the season? That kind of makes no sense.
And do you know what pisses me off here? I know we got knocked out anyway, but if you look at things like the Carabao Cup and how the Carabao Cup was going to collide with the Club World Cup,
Yeah.
right? So you can't find a way to reschedule that so that it works out where a club could play both, but England can go and play a friendly against Australia.
Yeah, it is crazy. And then we play Italy. That is a qualifier. But looking at the group, yeah, I mean we're 5 points. No, we're not. It's 6 points ahead of Italy. They do have a game in hand, admittedly. So if they beat us, but then our goal difference is 12 ahead of theirs. So yeah, I mean we're pretty much qualified as well. I mean, to be fair, Arsenal will probably be saying the same thing about Saka. I mean, they can't really say it.
1,000,000% they should. The fact the last international, I know he started the actual qualifying game, but then they had a friendly against Scotland and they brought him on in like the 60th minute. Why?
Yeah.
He's played that many games. Why are you bringing him on? What are you learning about Saka on the right that you don't already know? It's just...
For me, right, what you got to do is, if you're an England manager, in my opinion, in these sort of games, is you either fully experiment and try new shit, or you play the team that is basically going to play in the Euros, and you say,
Well, that's what he should be doing, experimenting.
Yeah, exactly.
That's 100% what he should be doing. Like, because he's going on about Foden. Oh, he don't play there for his club. He don't play there for his club. All right, then. Well, now we're in a comfortable position internationally. Try him out. See if he's good there. See if he can play for his country there.
Yeah.
Like, jig the team about. Do what you can do with it, and not risk players that are like gonna get injured. Like, come on now. But it's Southgate we're talking about. Let's be honest.
Well, no, this is the thing. You know, this is the thing with Southgate. Is I want him gone. Anyway, let's go. Let's turn our attention back to the Arsenal game tomorrow. I think everyone's saying like, don't risk John Stones. The big one for me is, I mean, let me bring up the tactical pad actually, because then we can sort of get like little team sheets going on.
You started using that?
Yeah, I've been using it for a while, me, bro.
Sick, that app.
Yeah. I had seen it. So basically, I was watching Arsenal Fan TV. They got the big one. They got like a TV that they can actually touch on. And I was like, right, that's sick. And then I seen it said tacticalpad.com. I was like, let me get on that. So then obviously I went on the website. You pay like 30 quid a year.
Yeah.
So it's obviously it's nothing really. But obviously it allows you to like bring all this shit on. Now, I would say that it's a little bit finicky. It takes a bit of time to get used to and that, but once you get used to it and shit, it's really good. Yo, big up to Sam as well for, bro. Are you Samir Goyal?
Yeah.
Yes, bro. What are you saying?
About the game. So, firstly, after the season that we had, after table winning season that we had, I promised to myself that I will not get worked up in this season. I will not get.
Do this every year, mate.
I have promised myself that I won't be tense on any game. I'll keep calm and I'll take the season as it goes. Okay, and for this game, even Pep said that this whatever result came off the season, whatever result came off for this game, it is not the end of the world for us until the return fixture comes in. So I mean, it and for more than us, it's more towards Arsenal because they haven't beaten us in the last 8 years. I mean, their record against us is worse. That goes by every year. So more than us, it's them who are under pressure to prove a point.
I agree, bro. I agree. I think the pressure is on Arsenal, to be honest with you. I think that because of the injuries we've got, I don't know, they'll say, oh, well, we've got our own injuries and that. Yeah, but like this is your chance. You're at home.
Yeah, we've beat you a
This-
million times.
Yeah, like listen, like we don't need to beat you to prove that we can win the league. Like we can lose tomorrow, and you know I'm still saying we're going to go and win the league. Like, but you kind of need to be beating us, man. Otherwise, you know, at what point do you end the? But I'm telling you, Sam, bro, if we get beat tomorrow, man, you ain't going to be that chilled tomorrow. I know that for a
Well,
fact.
it's going to be a long Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're spot on with that. That I think
Maybe for a
it
day
might
or
have
two,
even
but
been
then
you or
I'll
Mo said
brush it off and like we'll go ahead. Maybe for a day or two.
yeah.
Well, but you can't expect to win a league when you're in a title race with Manchester City by dropping 6 points to us and then hoping that, I don't know, we drop
I
points
agree.
away at Palace, right?
Yeah.
What type of mentality is that? Oh, well, we can't beat you, but hopefully Palace will.
Yeah.
Or
You got to do
something
it
like
yourself,
that.
innit? You
But
got to do it yourself.
then the other thing this year is they've also got to understand Liverpool are going to be in the mix as well.
Yeah.
So even more so, you have to get something from this game. Whereas with us, if City lose a game between August and November, well, what's new?
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
So we
never
know we're
out
not
of the
going to lose
title
at
race,
the
are we?
Etihad in March or April. So
Yeah, which is
But-
why Daps. Sorry, bro, just quickly. Which is
Sure.
why on the Kevin De Bruyne thing, I was kind of chill when I heard that he was going to be out for a while because
Yeah.
in terms of the league, all we need to do is when Kevin De Bruyne gets back in January, we just need to be in and around the top. We don't need to be top. We don't need to be top by 10 points. We don't need to be top by. We just need to be within what 5, 6, 7 points of Arsenal or whoever's top. And I'm backing that we'll go on and close them down. Like I don't think people and like the Champions League. I mean, give over. I mean, the Champions League group stages that we get are usually so easy like these days. Like, and then obviously Carabao Cup. Pep. I don't think Pep gives a shit about the Carabao Cup anymore. And the FA Cup don't start till 2024 anyway. So I think people kind of gas that up. But yeah, Luke. Sorry, bro. What was you gonna say then?
I was going to say pretty much what you've just said, mate.
Oh,
Our main part of the season starts in January anyway. Like, let's be honest. And like with
Even
Arsenal
further.
and what happened last year as well, with us beating them twice and beating them to the title, they're going to come into this game thinking they have to win it.
yeah.
Oh, respectfully, I know you've named the stream. We must win, but if we don't win, it's not over. If they don't win, it might be over. And that's the difference between us and them.
To be honest, I called it we must win, bro. Coronation Street. I needed to think of a name rapid, and I was like, I need to put Corey on, bro. So I just thought we must win, innit? But no, we
Corey's
don't
not
need
it,
to.
let's be honest.
No,
Corey's
do
not
you
it.
know the one thing
Corey's sick, bro.
I'd say, right, is without Rodri, we've lost the 2 games he hasn't played. He came back in, we won. And we can't be insecure like Arsenal fans, right? Who are insecure about so many things. The worst that can come from tomorrow if we lose is we go, do you know what? Yeah, we have got a player that is that fucking good
Yeah.
that we miss him.
Mhm.
And that's fine. Every club has a player. Like Barca without Messi would not look the same. And we can just take that and go, yeah, you know what? You're right. We're missing Rodri. We're missing De Bruyne. And we're missing Stones next to Rodri. That's the key as well, by the way. That we're not just missing Rodri. We're missing Stones, who has been sitting next to him. And none of us can tell. Who's our midfield tomorrow, Lewis?
Well, I'm going to go through the tactical pad in a sec, bro. We'll go through it all. But I think that's fair. I mean, the one thing I would say is I'm not being like the Arsenal guys, like you're saying, in it. But like, I think Newcastle, bro, in my opinion, Rodri was never going to play that game anyway. And I said, soon as I seen we got drawn against Newcastle, I knew he was going to get beat.
Same.
I knew he was going to get beat.
Yeah.
Went up to Newcastle myself for that game, and I was just like, we're getting beat here today. We all got beat. The Wolves one, yeah, that was one where, okay, yeah, we probably did miss him. But at the same time, Foden was poor. Alvarez was poor.
Yeah.
We didn't create
They were
anything.
good.
Yeah, they were good. Haaland didn't get a single touch. I actually think, you know what? Something I said on the recent stream. No one said this at the time, including myself. I actually think we missed Guardiola in that match as well. I actually think we missed Guardiola. No one actually said that at the time, but like in the last couple of days,
The Leipzig game kind of showed that we do miss Guardiola.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Leipzig game
The
was an
Leipzig
indicator
game
of
showed
that.
it.
I just had to do a combined 11 on an Arsenal channel, right? And they were trying to put Zinchenko at left back. And I was like, hold on. And they started bringing in last season. So I said, if we're doing last season, just put Ake there and be done with, right? But if you're meaning based on this season, then it's Vardy all day long. And he goes, they played much. Yeah, about the same
I
as
think
Zinchenko. Right?
if the
But if you
criteria
check
for
our
the
clean
left,
sheets, most of our clean sheets has had Vardy at left back.
I think so. If the criteria for the left back was just to have more hurdles than maybe Zinchenko, but if as a player, then Ake was undisputed. I mean, if they think that the ones who can get more hurdles is the one who wants to should be in the left back, then yeah, sure, Zinchenko. Yeah, I agree
Did
to that.
you
But that's the only point that
did
And
goes
you
in his
he's
see
gone
favor.
for
thing
Smart,
is
by the way, as well, Zinchenko. I can imagine Pep might have looked at Zinchenko and thought, let's target him
Yeah,
because
mm,
I
probably
want to
did.
see Doku against him, I
Yeah,
think Doku would stop him from inverting because if he tries to invert with Doku, then whoo,
yeah. No,
don't know,
I agree.
60th minute, bring him on.
No,
Yeah, well,
I agree with it.
like from what I also think that
Hmm.
I mean they do have the thing that if they can't beat City without if City doesn't have Rodri and KDB, they still can't beat them. Then what excuse they have now? I mean,
Oh, bro,
the
they'll
only thing
find an
that they can see
excuse.
that
Yeah,
They'll find
they
an
don't.
excuse.
What
yeah.
excuse
You
they have
couldn't
now?
find
They
the
can't
latest
put everything on
pedigree
Martinelli
stuff. So.
not being there and Saka not being fully fit. That's probably the only thing they'll come up with. But that also won't justify anything, even justify their loss anyway.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
you not fear Saka?
Well, with Ake there, no, because Ake
Yeah, it
proved that
depends who
he
plays
can
there
deal with
for
it.
us. It
I
depends
think
who plays there for us.
Trossard's had more success against us in the last 3-4 games, including the Brighton game, than Saka has. I
You're not
look at
wrong.
Trossard and think he's one that could trouble Walker because he can't beat Walker in a race, but he likes to cut inside, and then you see little mistakes from Walker sometimes. And I keep saying to them, I'd rather Saka plays than Partey, Rice, or Trossard because Ake's pocket him, man.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think with obviously I don't know if Ake will play. We'll get into that in a sec. But yeah, listen, whenever we've seen Ake coming
Even
against
Jesus hasn't played
Saka and
against us,
Saka,
right? Jesus also hadn't played
Yeah, he
against
hasn't.
us
You're right, yeah.
I don't
since he
know.
joined Arsenal.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But I'm just going to go get a drink. Daps, hold the fort, and then when we want to come back, we'll do the starting 11.
How many are watching?
168, bro.
168. How many likes are there? Sorry, I'm not looking. Probably less. So people, while Lewis is getting a drink, make sure you smash the like button, get it up. Doing very, very well, but we need to get him out to new people. If you smash the like button, YouTube will then push it out to other people. Like YouTube.
Let me ask you something, Daps.
Yeah, go on.
Sorry. Did you watch the combined 11 with Big Steve and Turkish?
Not yet, no.
I
Have you
did.
not seen it? Oh, right. I won't ask what you thought of it then.
That was spicy. That was full blockbuster.
Yeah.
See, of the AFTV bunch, Turkish is one that I think is quite balanced.
100%. He came across
I
well,
agree.
but
I agree to that.
Yeah.
we give up
Robbie,
to
mad.
yeah. I think it was 2 Arsenal players up top with Haaland.
Yeah.
So that
And
confused
then
me as it was. You know,
Do you know
the
what? There's
main
so much
point,
things to this. Like,
the
I
main
don't
thing
think
was
Saka's had a
Ben
good
White
season so
versus
far.
Kyle Walker was the main discussion between them.
yeah.
Is
Oh,
it a
someone's just put in the chat something that was said in it. He called Stones a better version of Rob Holding. Turkish, yeah.
Elite Rob Holding, something on those lines.
A better version of Rob Holding or something.
Better version of Rob Holding, yeah, something on those lines.
Listen, you can hear by my accent where I live now, right? I live down south. Most of my mates are Arsenal fans. Apologies to anyone else that lives down south, but Londoners are arrogant. Arsenal is a definition of Londoners. They're very arrogant and they're very insecure. And that's just the way it is. Like, John Stones, Rob Holding, really?
We having that conversation. Oh, Jesus. That is a madness.
Yeah, you
That is a
guys
madness.
should. Like, both of them using in one sentence is like I can't digest that fact that both the players have been used in one
That's
sentence.
exactly what Big Steve said. Yeah.
Do you know what? I had this conversation with an Arsenal fan where he said, do you know what? It's mad to think that Arsenal have the best centre back, the best 8, and the best winger in world football. And I go on. And he goes, well, Odegaard. And I said, all right, De Bruyne's injured, so I don't care. We know if De Bruyne was back, he's the best midfielder in the world. Winger, for me, is Salah. But if you want to put Saka there, I get it. Defender. And he said Saliba. I said Ruben Diaz. And he goes, oh, come on. How are you saying that? And I go, right, okay, let's look at this. Ruben Diaz has had 3 seasons in the Premier League. He's won the league all 3 seasons. First season, he was not City Player of the Season, not Best Defender of the Season. He was Premier League Player of the Season. Second season, we won the league. Third season, we won the league, and he was in and did the treble. And he was in Team of the Season. And our form changed when he came back from injury. His response was, how many clean sheets has he had this season? And it was like, all right, bro, no problem. That's what you've got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay.
with that, within that video I was just talking about, it's like Big Steve put it best because he said, you've got your squad photo with a charity shield and a dog. We've got ours with a treble. That says it all. That says all that you need to know.
That is a madness. Right, let's get into the starting 11s. Before we do,
Steve can write a whole stand-up set on that dog. I 100% agree. Steve can write a whole stand-up show on that dog.
Man, I've not watched that video yet because I seen the title
No,
and
me
I was
neither.
like, I can't fucking watch it if that's what's being said. But I might. If we win tomorrow, then I'll go back and watch it.
We'll clip it up, do a reaction.
Yeah,
on it.
let's clip it
Yeah,
up,
we
man.
need a reaction. We need a reaction for that as well.
I know.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
big up to
Before-
Mohammed with this. Oh, go on.
Right, I'll just say before you jump into this, I'm going to jump off. But nice to speak to you, lads.
All right, bro. Nice,
Thank
Yeah,
you, mate. Nice to speak to you. Nice to meet you.
Right, Mohammed with a 2 says if Akanji plays in midfield, we lose. So he don't want Akanji to play there. We'll go through that in a
I
second.
think so. I'll also bounce. And thank you so much for inviting me over here.
Yeah, no worries, Sam.
I'll take a
Nice to meet you, mate.
Come on anytime, bro.
nice meeting you. Nice meeting you. Thank you so
too,
much.
bro. Big up to LB1998 with the donation as well. Says I have this mad theory, bro, because KSI will be there watching his team. Maybe Haaland will get his shooting boots on to piss off.
I think Haaland's scoring tomorrow, mate.
Well, listen, so do I, bro. The reason I say that is because for me, I think that I think he's the wrong type of person to. I hear people calling him a flop, bro. I think that's the wrong type of person to do that to because I think he's sat there tonight thinking, I can't wait for tomorrow. And I agree, man. Right, okay, let's get this.
It's one of them ones with him where if he doesn't get a hat trick, he's pissed off with himself. Right?
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
had
yeah.
3 games without scoring. I think he's looking at this knowing if he scores, all of the slander for 3 games that he's had is just wiped out.
I agree. Completely agree. Completely agree. How'd you join? If you want to join, just follow those instructions, man. Right, okay, let's go through the Arsenal 11 first, because once we've done that, then we can obviously see how City might set up. So obviously Ramsdale's dusted, as we all knew when they signed Raya. Anyone at the time, when they signed Raya, saying, "Oh no, it's just for competition," doesn't know anything about football, I'm afraid, because you know what I mean. It's just you don't sign a goalkeeper for £25 million who's a ball playing goalkeeper better than Ramsdale on ball for a guy who wants to play out from the back and say it's just for competition. No, Ramsdale's lost his space, so it's going to be Raya in goal. So we think it's going to be what, Ben White at right back, I'd imagine.
I hope so.
And then it'll be Gabriel
And Saliba.
And then obviously Zinchenko is probably going to play left back like that. And obviously he will invert.
I have heard some people say about Tomiyasu playing on.
Tomiyasu could potentially play. Yeah, I mean, I guess he could, but sure. I'm gonna put Zinchenko. I'm trying to get a better like color. What's that good color to like go against red, bro? Because you can't really see that, can you? Do you know what I mean? Or can you see that?
Now the writing, you should have in white.
Oh, white. Yeah, that's better, isn't it? That's better. Right, okay. I'd imagine Partey is back, but is he fully fit? I don't know.
For me, it's one of them ones where I think what they played in the Community Shield and what for me is a good midfield would be Rice, Partey, Odegaard.
Rice, Partey, yeah, I think that would be fucking pretty sick. That
and if he doesn't play that and Havertz is somewhere in that 3, it's a big risk on his career.
Yeah,
it's that big. If he plays Havertz tomorrow, and he has a bad game, he has to hold that on his whole career.
Well, I agree. For me, bro, this is why I said when Arsenal signed Havertz, this is why I said I think that Arteta might have signed his own P45, bro, because it was Arteta signing. And what I've said is right. First of all, if it would have been like 15, 20 million, bro, I can get it because it's a gamble, yeah? Or if City signed him, I might get it because like we've just won the treble and Pep's thinking, get him in. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, who cares? We've still got other good players. Were Arsenal really in the position to spend £65 million on a gamble? I said it's like going in a casino, bro, going up to this table and putting all your money on red or black.
Yeah.
You better
Do you know-
fucking win.
I think that at the point when they made the signing and we didn't know how their window was going to go after that, I was like, if he's a squad player, I get it. Right? It's a lot of money, but I'm not here to talk about how much people spend on players. If they've bought him as a squad player to make their squad better,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
But then in hindsight, when Timber got injured, they loaned out Partey and they didn't bring anyone else in. I thought, no, you've gone and spent 60 million of your budget on Kai Havertz when actually you got Smith Rowe, who I think gets you more goals, and he's about your height now, bro. Smith Rowe really shot up.
Yeah, I
So,
like him,
I
bro.
just
I
don't get
like
it.
him. I was asking. I did a show last night with Potsy and Lee Judges, and I said to them, I said, honestly, like, what has gone on with Smith Rowe, man? Because I've always rated Smith Rowe. I've always thought he's a class player, and Arteta just doesn't fancy him.
It's
He just
weird,
doesn't
mate.
fancy him.
Weird. And I'm surprised he didn't go on a loan or something. Because he had that. I get why he didn't come back last season because they're in the middle of a title race and you can't just bring someone in off of an injury. But then he had the good under-21s World Cup. And I thought, now he's going to get this time. And he's hardly got any time because of Havertz.
Yeah, that is bizarre. Yeah.
That could define Arteta. It really could.
Yeah. No, I agree. So midfield done. I agree. I think that's going to be it. And I think obviously Rice will be the one that helps out here with Partey, but he will probably push on forward. Looks like Saka is going to be risked tomorrow, which listen, I think if he is risked tomorrow, I think that tells you just what Arteta thinks about this match. And he probably thinks that, yeah, they do need to win, you know. Like I say, I think if the game ends in a draw, I think both teams come away going, yeah, I'll take that. But I think City are probably more happy with it than Arsenal because they're at home and they're playing against a weakened team. So I think that if he does risk Saka, that tells me that Arteta recognises that kind of need to win the match, to be honest with you.
I think it tells rivals something about Arsenal. It tells their own squad something about how important Saka is. I still don't get why they don't try Jesus out there.
Bro, I agree. Let me ask you a question. I don't ever think we've ever spoke about this. Do you think that Jesus' best position was on the wing? Because I do.
Yeah, I put this on Twitter the other day.
Did you? I didn't see it.
Yeah. So, apart from his first 3 months at City when he landed and had that good start, I think Jesus' best period at Manchester City was his last season where he played wide right. And that was where he'd be dropped against PSG in the Champions League so that he played against Liverpool because his press is so good and effective. And the fact that he keeps, he's playing him on the left. He's not even playing him on the right. And I just think there's no harm in learning from Pep. If Pep's playing Jesus wide right against Liverpool, there's a reason.
Yeah, I agree. He's just not clinical enough up top, you know. Yeah. Remember that time about 4 years ago when Aguero got injured and Jesus, I think, started 9 games in a row and didn't score a single goal. Yeah. I think we had David Silva still. I can't remember if we still had him or not, but that sort of tells you all you need to know, really. You know, you're playing him for Manchester City, you didn't score a goal for 9 games. So yeah, Jesus is fit. Is he going to play on the left or is he going to be up front? Like, how are they going to play this? Because what injuries have they got? Let me check their injury table.
So Martinelli is back, but I think he'll probably be on the bench. Yeah. Trossard is fit, I think, but
Trossard is fit.
He doesn't start games well. He's better as an impact player.
So, but then you start in Eddie and Ketia.
A lot of people are saying they might play Havertz through the middle, Jesus left, Saka right.
Oh yeah, you know what? I have seen that people saying Havertz will start up top. That's
because he was good in the Community Shield against us, to be fair.
Why not? Why wouldn't you just start Jesus? I know Jesus is a better winger, but why wouldn't you just start Jesus as a striker in this match and Trossard on the left?
Well, Trossard for me is Arsenal's.
I don't get why you wouldn't just do that.
Potential for me, I fear Trossard more than I feel Saka.
Wouldn't you just do this tomorrow if he was fucking Arsenal? Isn't that like just the easiest thing that you'd put out? And he could fuck around.
It's basically the same as Martinelli, but you swap Martinelli for Trossard. That's the best Arsenal team on the screen right now.
Yeah. I agree. Listen, if they decide to mess it up and put Havertz in there, like madness, but we'll put that. We'll leave it as that because I think if he doesn't go with this and he goes with Havertz, then that's a bit of a madness to me.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let's build the City team then from the back. So Ederson obviously in goal. Kyle Walker on the right hand side. Now this is where it gets a little bit interesting because Akanji's been in there recently, but obviously someone's going to have to get dropped. Ruben Diaz is obviously going to play, so let's whack him in there. For me, bro, I don't know, man. Okay, let me tell you what I'm thinking, Daps, and then come at me with your response. This is what I'd like to see.
Yep. I know what you're going to do now. Yep. I've wanted it all season.
Oh, where's fucking Diaz gone? There he is. Okay, that's what I'd like to see. Yep. Let me tell you, potential problem / why it might not happen is we've seen Gvardiol go out here, we've seen him go there, we've seen him go pretty much everywhere. The one place we've not really seen him go is properly inverted like Akanji does. So if you play that, you've really not got anything going forward too much. I mean, Gvardiol might be able to drift up, but Walker doesn't give you much, nor does Ake. But then again, is tomorrow
got a pivot instead of a Rodri. So you've got two there. You don't need to invert because you've got two.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And just quickly, the other thing I would say isn't tomorrow about being solid? Like, we don't naturally have to win the game tomorrow. Like, isn't tomorrow about just being solid and putting that for me is our most solid back four right now.
That is the back four minus. I'd probably swap Walker for Stones long term. But for me, that is the back four I want to see, and I've wanted to see all season. The only thing is that usually I think we have Diaz on the left, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's why he's been playing Akanji, because Akanji can play right centre-back. But against, I think it was Leipzig, we changed to 3 at the back at the end of the game, and he had Diaz playing on the right. And I was like, thank you. Because for me, Diaz-Vardiol long-term should be our centre-back partnership. It's solid, bro. It's so solid. And last season when we played Arsenal in one of the games, we went back to playing a solid back four.
Yeah.
And not inverting. And without Rodri to break up the game, I think that's what we have to do.
I agree. Tomorrow for me is about foundations, solid defence, and build on that. Like I say, we don't, despite the name of the stream, we don't actually have to win tomorrow. Like, get a draw, and it's a decent result for us given all the suspensions and injuries we've got. So yeah, listen, I think that's something that you could do. He might do this. He might do that.
And then swap Akanji and Diaz round.
Yeah. But will he go? I don't know. It depends how brave he wants to be.
How good Ake was against Saka last season.
I know, but Ake against Wolves was fucking awful, mate.
Yeah.
Did Ake play against Leipzig? I can't remember now.
Now Vardiol did.
Yeah.
Who played in that? Did Ake play in the middle? No, Akanji.
Oh yeah,
Akanji did.
I think did he play it? Let me fucking check, man. Leipzig lineups. Oh no, he didn't play, bro. He didn't play. So Gvardiol played left back, and it was Akanji and Diaz. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Listen, I'm not going to do that. I think he's going to go. I think he's going to run this because, as well. Listen, this for me, we've had so much success with this over the years, over the last year or two. You know, Saka versus Ake. Ake's pocketed him every time.
This is the type of game. I think people aren't talking on how good Vardiol's been this season.
I agree.
Probably partly because he's City. Secondly, because Doku's come in and looks so damn good that he's getting the spotlight. But these are the type of games that I think Vardiol has been signed for. His interview when he joined City was so similar to Ruben Diaz's. It was like, he's joined for these big games. He wants to be that guy. And I've got images of him and Ruben high-fiving each other every tackle they make.
Yeah. No, listen, mate, I've got to say something, yeah. When we signed, obviously I knew he was getting a good player. When we signed him, do you remember those reports that came out from Germany when we signed him? Like directors and like pundits in Germany saying, you've just signed one of the best centre-backs at this moment in time, and he'll go on to be the best centre-back in world football in a few years. I always knew he was decent. But against Leipzig especially, you see just how good he is. Like he's got it all.
In the second half.
Yeah.
When we were down to 10 men.
Yeah, he was
And
very
against
good.
Newcastle, he stopped a counter, 3 guys, and stopped
Yeah, he
it
did.
himself.
He did.
And even in the
Yeah.
World Cup.
Mm.
So I had Cass and Moe during the World Cup, and they were a big fan of him. And I started watching him, thinking, hell, this guy's good, you know. And
What's
when we
his
started
weakness?
being linked with him.
What's his weakness? Can you think of an obvious weakness? Anyone in the chat? Can anyone think of an obvious weakness? I mean, he's got pace, he's fast, he's good on the ball, he's strong, he's tall, he's good in the air. What's an obvious
Even
weakness?
his mentality. In his interview when he joined us, they said, have you spoke to Kovacic about, because I don't need to speak to anyone about joining Manchester City. Everyone knows, like, this is the club. When they come calling, you go. The mentality of him is so similar to Ruben Diaz. These are the type of games. Someone said, he might be nervous. He hasn't been to the Emirates yet. So he's played in a World Cup for Croatia and been one of the best players of the tournament. He's not nervous to go into fucking Emirates.
Yeah, no, I agree. AK does says he doesn't have pace. I wouldn't say he's slow. I think he has a bit of pace about him, to be honest. He might not have the acceleration of like a Sterling or someone, but he ain't slow. He ain't slow at all.
Saka's not the fastest neither.
Yeah, no, I agree. So. Yeah, he's more of a technical player. Okay, well, that's the defense that we've gone with. So you agree? You think that's what we will go with?
I want that.
That's
I've been
what you
wanting
want.
That for a minute.
You want that? Yeah. No, I agree. Okay, let's do midfield. This is interesting because obviously I don't know what you're going to go for. This is what I would do, and then again, let me know what you do. This is what I would do. So I'd go Kovacic.
Yep.
I'd go Bernardo, and I'd go.
This is the one I'm not sure you're going to do.
Alvarez.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. And I'd have basically a double pivot. Kovacic and Bernardo protecting the defence, with Bernardo at times being able to go forward if he wants, but sort of main responsibility being in that middle. We've seen him before in big games in midfield. You know, Anfield, was it last year before? Yeah. Absolutely ran the show.
Regular.
Yeah, we've seen him in that position a lot. You know, we're losing Rodri's energy, you know what I mean, in there. And Kovacic is good, but he doesn't have the energy. So having Bernardo's energy next to Kovacic, two of them players very good on the ball, both able to progress the ball forward, both able to make a tackle, both very experienced in the middle of the park. We might struggle a little bit in terms of the midfield battle tomorrow. You know, Partey, Rice, Odegaard probably has the nick over Alvarez, Kovacic and Bernardo. So having two very experienced players who are very good on the ball, that's what I'd do, bro. Are you with me on that one? Or?
With Bernardo, right? If you go back and look Rodri's first season, that was a season that Bernardo didn't play for City much. Right. And I said, we need his legs, man. But for this Rodri-Gundogan partnership to work, we need Bernardo Silva's legs and energy. And tomorrow in particular, what Bernardo can do is pick up the ball from deep and make a run, right? And when Bernardo gets on the ball and makes a run, there's two outcomes. We either win a free kick or you create something special. Because his low sense of gravity, it's just, we saw it against Liverpool where we have Van Dijk slipping all over the gaff. He's massive tomorrow. Massive. And that's why against Leipzig, how quick he came back in and just looked good was like, okay. The Alvarez one I get. I'm more intrigued at what you do now on the wings.
Okay, so the right side, Phil Foden.
Now this is
but it's an actual right winger, not inverted. So I actually have him as a right winger. Striker, Oscar Bob. No, I was joking.
Scott Carson.
Yeah, I was joking. Haaland. And then, as much as I want to put Doku in,
you're going to put Grealish because of ball retention in this game.
I'm going to, not only that, Daps, I don't think he started the season particularly well. I think Doku's come in and started the season on fire. And I think there's a bit of pressure on Grealish. I'm putting Grealish in tomorrow and basically saying, I still trust you. You're still my man. Go out there and perform.
Yeah.
And
he was good against Arsenal last season.
Yeah, I'm sort of laying on him. You know what I mean? And saying, Doku is here. Yes, Doku is cooking, but you won the treble with us last year. You were very key in that. You're still here. You are still him. You know what I mean? If obviously he doesn't play well tomorrow and then after the international break, he doesn't play as well as Doku, then obviously I'm starting to change my mind. But I'm putting Grealish in there for the experience. And then you've got to look at the experience there, Daps. Look at that. Kovacic, Bernardo. I mean, Alvarez is young, mate. He's playing in the World Cup final, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Haaland, Grealish, Foden, treble winners.
I think with Grealish as well, he's a confident player. He's a confident guy. He's the type that will be looking at the Emirates going, we went there last season. It's fine.
Mm.
And I really think tomorrow, without Rodri, when we get the ball, we can't be giving it to him. We have to make sure we retain the ball because we're away. We need to nullify the crowd, especially in the first half. 60, bring on Doku and let him cook.
Yeah.
But for the first 60 minutes, don't give Arsenal anything to get excited about. Slow the game down and do what Grealish does best. And the other thing is, by the way, Grealish is a magnet. When he gets the ball, he draws 2-3 players out of position. Last season, what that made was space for other people to operate in Haaland. Even more so now, Arsenal know they have to watch Alvarez very closely. So they're watching Haaland, they're watching Alvarez, and then they've also 2-3 players being pulled out of position by Grealish. You've got Foden in the pockets and Bernardo in the pockets.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it's too much for them to think about, and there'll be space for whether it be Haaland or Alvarez. I think Haaland is going to thrive off the fact that now defenders have to pay attention to Alvarez more.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, and this is something that is a bit weird how people don't know this. Like, people are just saying, "Oh, Haaland's flopping this year." Yeah, is there a reason why Alvarez has suddenly started performing unbelievable? Why? It's because he's getting more space, he's getting more time, he's getting more seconds, more minutes on the ball because people are focusing on Haaland. Now, the question becomes tomorrow: do Arsenal do that with Haaland? I don't think they do because teams do that against us who are seriously worried about Haaland. Who like smaller teams who don't expect to win.
Yeah,
Arsenal tomorrow can't be having fucking Gabriel and Saliba both be marking Haaland and Thomas Partey dropping in behind Haaland and getting tight. You know what I mean? Because say he goes there, he goes there, he goes there to sort of surround Haaland and say, okay, well that means Alvarez has got this space in the middle. Yeah, exactly. So I think that Haaland tomorrow might actually have a game that he's not had for a while, in which he actually gets a little bit of space. Yeah. And if he does get that space, then it's obviously up to him tomorrow to make sure he finishes the chances that he gets. But you said at the start of the stream that maybe you wanted Doku. Is it a close decision between Grealish and Doku for you, or like what
there's
you're saying?
So many different reasons behind it, right? We don't have Rodri. This is the first time going into this game where I think, do you know what? Arsenal actually might win a midfield battle. If Zinchenko can invert and get involved alongside Partey, Rice, Odegaard, that will help to overload the midfield, right? If we put Doku there against him, and to be fair, to a certain extent, Foden as well, all of a sudden Zinchenko gets pinned back, can't get involved in the midfield as much. And if he does get involved in the midfield, he's going to get fucking cooked. Because one bit of space for Foden or Doku. Because we know Zinchenko defensively.
Yeah.
But
that's why I keep Foden out here, bro. Because if you can get Foden exposed on Zinchenko in this wide area, 1-on-1, then what's going to happen? Either Rice has to go in there, which is going to give all this space for Kovacic, Alvarez, or Bernardo if he's on that side, or Gabriel is going to have to close in a little bit, and Haaland's going to have a one-on-one. Yeah, he's going to have a one-on-one situation. Yeah, or Gabriel will just twat the fuck out of Foden. It'll be a penalty. So I think that you are right. Zinchenko is probably going to be a key part of the game tomorrow. Is he really going to invert here? Are they going to try the box? Obviously, we had the box last year. They're going to try the box. Maybe Gabriel goes out there. For me, though, I got to keep Phil Foden out on the wing. I don't think he's been playing particularly well when he's been in this fucking weird right wing / inverted. He's really good on the right wing and he's really good in the middle. This fucking weird position that he's been playing, which is right wing but a little bit inverted. Don't like it, man. Don't like it.
You know what it is? He's so good in the pockets. He really is. Him and Alvarez are both amazing in the pockets. The way they can turn on the ball. And I was watching Foden in the Forest game, right? You know, when people are, say I've got the ball and Foden's in front of me, you know he's not looking at me and the ball. He's looking at the defenders and working out where he's going to run. He
Yeah,
literally is not paying attention to the player that's got the ball at all. Because he's like, I know you're going to find me if I get in the right place. And he's looking for gaps to manipulate and whatever. He's so clever.
Mm.
My whole thing is I just want Foden to get eventually into that 8 role. Because I know
Yeah,
eventually when he gets
I
there,
agree.
he's going to cook. But I think this is the issue Pep has. We know how effective he can be on the wing.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
so it's like,
He's a
sorry, I know
special
you're good in
player.
the 8, but
He's a special
he is,
player,
bro.
and sometimes players who are very versatile struggle. I mean, I know obviously it's different quality and different styles, but James Milner, when he was at Man City, he was a really good player. You know, left wing. He had some fantastic
Yeah.
games. I remember the game at Bayern Munich where he just tore the fucking place up.
Oh,
But he
him
was
and Richards
being rotated too
tore
much.
Arsenal apart in the 6-1. It was
Correct.
him and
Yeah.
Richards.
The problem
Right.
with Milner though, 1 minute he's left wing, next minute he's right winger, then he's a left back, then he's a right
Yeah.
back, then he's a midfielder. Like you've got to try and hold down a position.
Do you know what, though? So, what Milner does, utility player, right? Used to be called a utility player.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you're a utility player on Twitter and social media, no one's ever going to sing your praise too much because you can't cement a place. But with Pep, with Klopp, maybe with Arteta, they're making these utility players seen as so important to a team because it's ultimately you're a player that can move in transition. And you're spot on with Milner, by the way. The season Milner left us, I think he was one of our best players.
Yeah, no, I agree. The problem is that fucking Mancini loved Nasri, didn't he? You know what I mean? And obviously, because I felt Milner's best position at City was left wing.
Yeah.
But Nasri obviously played there, and you know, Nasri was a class player, but there was times when you wanted to kill him because he was he was a very frustrating
Nasri at
player.
Arsenal and at City had the same issue. Nasri's best role was a central midfielder, but at Arsenal they had Fabregas, so they kept pushing him out wide. And at City we had Silva, so they kept pushing him out wide. And he's just not as good out wide as he's in the middle.
It would have been class to see Nasri under Pep though, wouldn't it, bro? Imagine that Nasri under Pep Guardiola.
Cold.
Yeah, he
had
was
a goal in him as well, didn't he?
He was a fantastic player. Like I say, I think he was a little bit lazy at times, and I'll never forgive him for ducking out the wall against Man United. But you know, other than that, he was a decent player. I tell you what, though, that left hand side used to piss me right off. Him and Kolarov at times. It was like, do you guys actually care? Do you actually want to like show a little bit of passion? Yeah, like that left hand side, man. Sometimes I used to put my t-shirt on and think I'm gonna go play left wing. I'll run more than you guys.
It's always been an issue for us, that left, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, don't even talk to me about the left back. Let's just before we finish and wrap up. By the way, guys, I'm going to redirect you to Never a Foul at 10. So go over, check them out. I'm going to have them on, and I'm going to whack the boxing on. So I'm going to have Never a Foul lads on.
Tonight?
Actually, who was it? Fucking. It is. Wood versus Warrington.
Oh, Warrington, fucking hell.
Yeah, featherweight championship. So ring walks at about 10, so it should be starting pretty soon. So yeah, I'm gonna have you guys on my iPad, and I'm gonna whack that on the TV.
It's gonna be a funny show tonight. I want to have a quiet one. We've got some quite loud Tottenham, Arsenal, and United fans. So let's see what they've got to say.
Yeah,
Scott McTominay.
Mate,
give him a 10-year
I knew they was going to
contract.
win that, you know. Even in the 90th minute, I was saying to my mate, he was a United fan, he was here watching it with me. I was saying, you're going to win this game. You'll win this game, even with 6 minutes to go, 3 minutes to go. Right, before we finish off then, Daps, anything else on this, if these are the team lineups, any other sort of Trossard versus Walker? I mean, I'd like to think Walker can deal with Trossard. Rice, Odegaard on Kovacic, Bernardo.
Do you know, I think whether it be on the left or right, Foden and Doku could both give the fullbacks a lot of issues.
Yeah.
If they do, and Arsenal decide we need to double up, that's going to leave extra space for Alvarez.
Yeah.
And I think that they're the type of things where I think Alvarez could be a big player tomorrow. But I think Haaland scores.
I agree. What's your score prediction?
Too.
What's your score prediction?
Scott Carson for president.
You don't give score predictions.
Nah, man.
I go for
Always
a 1-0.
goes wrong.
I go for a 1-0 Haaland. You think it's going to be an open game, or you think it's going to be a cagey game?
I think City in the first 25 are going to be quite cautious.
Yeah.
I think Pep's going to say to him, "Don't lose the ball.
Yeah.
Nullify
Easy
the
way in.
crowd."
Yeah.
Like they're going there kind of confident-ish, as confident as Arsenal are. We need to just slow it down for the first 25 and then grow into it. And if we do that, then the 60th, get it to a point where we've got Foden and Doku on the pitch together.
Yeah.
I think we could.
Yeah.
This is the game where we step up and say we're not a one-man team. We don't need Rodri, and you're forgetting who we are.
I agree. I think it'd be if we can get a win tomorrow. Fucking hell, man! I'd be absolutely buzzing. 4 points clear of them. We've just beat him at their place without Kevin De Bruyne, John Stones, and Rodri.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
that's exactly it. And then I was saying to Steve at the Forest game, my idea is we deal with Arsenal by December, fuck them off, and if Liverpool is still here, then we focus on Liverpool and right now we go against you lot and see if you lot really can go a full season.
Yeah, no, I hear it. DDD. I would say, bro, my opinion is I wouldn't say this is a predicted back four. That's the back four that I would like to see.
Yeah, same.
I think Akanji probably plays though. For sort of sat an invert or whatever. But
I've been consistent with Akanji, right? He is a great fifth choice centre back.
Yeah.
But he's our fifth choice. And there's nothing that's going to change that for me. I think Ake's better than him, Stone's better than him, Vardiol's better than him, and Diaz is better than him. And last season, Laporte's better than him. He's done a great job for us. He's been for the money. He's cold, but
I think it depends what you want. So, for example, Ake, for example. So if you was playing him left back against a player that you was just looking for out and out defending, so against Saka, you'd play Ake. But if you wanted, say, he was at home to Luton Town, you probably would play Akanji because he's probably better at getting, on the ball, driving the ball forward, whatnot. So, no, but you're right though. He was brought in as our fifth choice. It would cost 15 million quid. I think people forget that sometimes. You know what I mean? He wasn't brought in for 100 million. He wasn't brought in as a starter. He was brought in as a fifth choice centre back who cost 15 million pounds.
Yeah, and that's not slander.
No, it's not slander.
Like,
it's true facts.
If I say Havertz is not good enough for Arsenal, that's not Arsenal slander. That's me saying I don't think Havertz is good enough. If I say Akanji is our fifth choice centre back, that's just how I see it. Right? Yeah. I still think he's good enough to be in a squad that won a treble. And by the way, last season was pivotal.
Yeah.
But
no, I agree.
As a defender, I think the other four are better than him.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like I say, I think there's probably times where he probably gets in front of Ake, but any particular game where defending is crucial, then he does. Ake probably gets in front of him, man. Just quickly before we finish off, I know you got to go because you got a show starting in a few minutes, but Rico Lewis, man of the match against Leipzig for me. Is he a little bit unlucky not to get in this team?
It's the role he played in it. It's pretty clear to me that he hasn't bulked yet. Like that Newcastle game, Linton was just going through him. And I think he needs to bulk still. But in that advanced role, he's looking good. And even in the summer, he looked good in that role as well, by the way.
Yeah.
It just shows he's a real talent, real talent. And someone that's just listening to Pep, growing. We saw him probably from September till January last season. And then he kind of fell out of favour a little bit because Walker was back, Stones was back. But I said to everyone, at his age, he's round this squad. I guarantee you, next time you see him start, you'll see an improvement to how he was before because he's a 17, 18-year-old kid around the best players in the world and just soaking up everything. And I think that's exactly what's happening with him. I think we'll see him more in that advanced role.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't think he'll play right back much. No. I don't think he's physical enough.
No, it's not.
But and like you say, going forward in that sort of advanced midfield position, he does something that not a lot of our midfielders do, which is get on the ball, drive forward with it, and he's a real ball carrier.
It's almost like a box-to-box role, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a weird. I think he's a very unique player, actually, bro. I don't think there's a player that you can easily say that's who he plays like. I think he's very sort of individual. But listen,
I think that's because he's growing.
Yeah.
We don't know what direction he's being because we just know that he's come up through an academy, that plays the City style of football, and he just gets the system and can play in the system well. So where he's going to end up, I don't know.
Yeah. And like you say, until he's stopped growing, I mean, I think he's 19 next month.
Yeah.
So until like another 2-3 years, when your body stops growing as an adult, who knows? You know what I mean? Maybe I'll have a late growth spurt. It could be Peter Crouch in a couple of years. Who knows? We don't know.
That's the same with Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe, during his injury, grew 3 or 4 inches and bulked out. And I think Rico still has to go through that.
Yeah, of course. Of course he does. Yeah, no, it's going to be an interesting one. But listen, it's going to be a mad match. I'm looking forward to it. I'll be doing a watch along tomorrow, guys, as always, and then player rating straight after that. So make sure you join me tomorrow, live from 3:30 UK time, an hour before kickoff for all the team news reaction, pre-match build-up. Make sure you join me. It's going to be a madness. Like I said, Daps is going live now on Never a Foul. It's going to be a bit of a mad show, he said. So go and check that out. Stream will automatically redirect you, man. So enjoy the show. I'm going to have it on the iPad, and like I say, I'm going to watch the boxing. But listen, bro, thanks for coming on, man. You're welcome on the channel anytime,
We'll catch up next week, yeah?
Yeah, perfect.
Salute on the growth, man. See what you're doing. Love it.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Big up.